Hey, what's up guys? I know it's been a little bit since I've actually uploaded, but I was messing around with some smokes on CSGO, and I felt like it would be fun to make like some sort of little smoke guide because, you know, what better way to get views other than tits, right? So anyways, I'm going to start off with some pretty basic smokes in T-spawn and just kind of work my way around the map. Alright, so these first two are pretty simple. I'm going to be showing you how to smoke off white box and in Z. So to smoke off Z, you just want to line yourself up with this little middle white line right here and aim right directly like below this cross, if I said above, below this cross in this window, and just jump, run, jump, and throw, and that will land in Z. It'll bounce up the wall, and that'll smoke off Z pretty well. Alright, now to smoke off highway, it's pretty easy. You just want to line yourself up with the same line, but this time you're going to want to aim at the top of the A when you throw it. And you just jump, run, jump, and you throw. It's going to bounce off that wall, hit the white box, and smoke that off. So anyone trying, you know, sitting highway or wanting to sit on this little spool right here won't actually be able to see you. Alright, so this next smoke, I'm going to show you would actually require two people. So if you queue with a friend a lot, then have them learn this smoke, and it's actually a really big help. What you're going to want to do is just line yourself up against this door, aim at the top of the opposite window from you. So if you're on the left door frame thing, aim at the right one, and then your friend is going to do the same thing over here. And that, it will actually create a wall in mid, which is a great smoke to have. It is amazing to take mid. Alright, so this next smoke is going to be for B main. It's pretty simple. You just want to line up this little wall with this little glass right here. You want to aim at these little, like, these, I don't know, support beams, whatever the hell you want to call it. And you want to line it up with this line, though. So you just want to line it up all like this, run and throw, and this will smoke off B main pretty damn well. Alright, so this next smoke I'm going to show you is going to be from Sunroom. It's the smoke tree room. Use this smoke normally if you don't want to like expose yourself from B main trying to smoke off tree. So what you're going to want to do is just come into Sunroom, put yourself up against this box, or jump on this ledge first, and then put yourself up against this box, aim at this little piece of rust, and go ahead and just throw your smoke. And it'll bounce off this little box, go into tree room, and smoke it off pretty well. Normally there won't be gaps, but if there are gaps, then throw another smoke or something, I don't know. Alright, so these next two smokes are actually going to be from B main. It's going to be two smoke off tree and a smoke off heaven. So if you want to smoke tree from B main, all you got to do is come up about here-ish, aim at the middle of these two wooden panels, just tap W and throw. And what I meant, by the way, is when I said you don't want to expose yourself too much when doing that, and by the way, you might want to throw a little bit more, be a little bit closer, because as you see, I didn't smoke it off very well. But that's kind of what I meant, because if you are up here and you try and smoke off tree from B main, you can get picked from, like, you know, heaven, checker, someone could drop down vents. It's pretty shitty. Let me try this again, actually. Did that work? There we go. Oh my god, I keep setting that wall. Why? Am I not aiming high enough? There we go. Nope, I don't know. It's kind of smoke off tree. You get the gist of it. You can just mess with it a little bit and kind of make it your own smoke, I guess. Alright, so this next smoke is actually going to be for heaven. You just want to aim up at these little middle panels, just tap and throw, and it should smoke that off as long as it doesn't fall. There we go. Yeah, I tried doing this a second ago, and the smoke kind of fell, so I did it again. Alright, so getting on to the next smoke, it's going to be from Z. You just, when you, if you're playing mid, or you say you're opping mid and someone's pushing mid with you, normally what you're going to want to do is just aim at this white box, run and throw, and it will smoke off garage for you, just in case anyone feels like, you know, getting ballsy and peeking you there for some reason. Alright, so this next smoke is going to be from truck, and there's two ways to do this smoke. How I do it is I put myself in between this little gap between the grill and the tire, or the bumper, whatever the hell you want to call that. I don't know anything about cars. You just put yourself in between the little gap, aim kind of below the little, the hook of that anchor thing, and you just throw. And that will come over here, and that will smoke off A main pretty well. There might be a little gap here, but that's okay, because it's not like they can see you, so you don't really need to worry about that gap too much if there is a small one in the corner. Okay, so the other way to smoke A main from truck, if you don't like that one, is put yourself up in this little corner right here, aim at this line, go up to the words, and go ahead and throw. I don't like this one, though, because it's kind of inconsistent, because, yeah, it'll bounce off that shit like that. It'll bounce off this little thing right here, and that's why I don't use that one personally, but if you can perfect that, then go for it. Alright, now this next smoke is going to be for Squeaky. I don't really know why you would use this smoke, but if, you know, if they're trying to push Squeaky and you want to smoke it, go for it. You just open the door, make sure it's open like that, stand in this little corner right here, aim at, like, dark texture. I don't really know how to explain it, but you just kind of aim over here, set the door, throw it, and it will land there, and it will smoke off Squeaky. Spray it through it, do whatever you need to do there. Alright, now these next smokes are going to be from A main. This one is to smoke the cross. So you're pretty much going to smoke this area right here, so you don't get picked from highway or truck while you're trying to cross. So you pretty much just don't run and throw this. I've learned this, that it just throws it too deep. You just want to stand, just throw it above the middle of this white box, and that will smoke cross for you. Now the next thing I'm going to show you how to smoke is going to be Forklift, and this is a really helpful smoke because I know how silvers like to sit there with P90. So you just kind of want to stand, you know, same area, but this time you're going to want to throw it at the door frame or whatever you want to call that. It'll go, yeah, about right there, and smoke off Fork pretty damn well. Now that was a pretty lucky one that it landed right there. Normally it'll go behind Fork, land around, if I can get behind Fork. Okay, normally it'll go behind Fork, land around here-ish. It'll still smoke it off. It has the same effect either way, but that would be a better one because it would smoke off like all of Fork. Alright, we're back in T-spawn, so I'm going to show you a few smokes for A site from, you know, garage-ish, T-spawn-ish area. Not really T-spawn, more garage than over here. So for quad, you're just want to stand in this corner right here, and you're going to want to aim at this little pipe right here and line it up with this pipe up here. So you want to throw it where this pipe is, but at the height of this pipe. And you just want to jump and throw that, and that should smoke off quad if I did my... Okay, yeah, it'll smoke off there, which is even better than quad, because normally it'll land like right here, and it'll just kind of smoke off that. But I prefer this, because then your fence is covered and everything's covered. One thing I do want to point out is I know my smokes are being really inconsistent. That's just because I suck, and just some spots I use are a little iffy just because I find them on my own. But most of these smokes are going to work out for you if you practice them enough. Okay, so I'm going to show you another smoke for quad. What you want to do is line yourself up in this little gap right here in between this tan and this white. And you're going to want to aim from this line up, and with this height. Okay, the height of that antenna lined up with that line down there. Just throw it, no jumping or anything like that. You just throw, and it will land at quad. I like that one because it gets quad a little bit. It's hard to explain. It's a little farther from quad, so they can't like just peek out from there or peek out from the other side, because the other one normally lands right on quad, so it doesn't cover too much of it. Just, you know, if you're holding close to quad. Alright, this next smoke I'm going to show you is a little bit tricky. It's actually really easy once you get the hang of it. This is actually an EU smoke, I think. I'm not too sure. It's a pretty crazy smoke Neo did in one of his matches, and I learned how to do it because I thought it was pretty cool. Alright, so it does not matter where you are in T-spawn, but what you're going to want to do is look up at the sky, okay? Now, the clouds, these are fixed clouds. So basically what that means is you can aim somewhere, you can move, the clouds are not moving. They are not going to move. They're going to move with you. So what you want to do is find this little white cloud right here. It's actually pretty easy to find once you look up. Aim at kind of the right of it, like where the little ledge is. Or not ledge, but like the little peak almost. And you're just going to want to run, okay? Now, while you're running, you're going to want to come over, make your way over to garage. And you're going to want to come up against the wall. You're going to want to run and throw. And that will come over here. That'll fall off of there. And that will smoke off highway from T. That's a really nice smoke if you're trying to execute A fast, because you know how those gross highway players can be with their ops. Alright, so I'm actually back over at B because there is one little smoke I forgot to show you guys that's kind of cool. So if you see it right here, you know, a lot of people like to come through vents. There's actually a little opening right here. So if you come in this little corner and just kind of throw in that opening, that'll smoke off vents for you. Alright, so this next smoke is actually a pretty useful one. It's to smoke off headshot, like completely smoke it off. So what you're going to want to do is come up to this box again, but this time in this corner over here, we don't have to jump up on a ledge. Find this little line right here and line it up. Just follow it up to the top, this little metal thing right here, and just go and just throw it, and that'll bounce off this wall, come in front of headshot, and smoke that off completely. So whoever's headshot cannot peek you from anywhere headshot, because headshot is such a pain in the ass to deal with. Alright, so I would say that would cover about all the smokes that I can think of that are pretty easy to set up and easy to do and actually useful. So now I think I'm going to go and show you guys some of the mollies.
Oh no! Summit! No!
Alright, so this first Molotov is actually going to be for checkers, not like back checkers though, like this checkers right here, just in case they're waiting for you to push B main or something. So what you're going to want to do is be somewhat close to this wall and just kind of throw it at this little rounded corner right here. And normally that will land in checkers and they will have to back off and you guys can start smoking and executing whatever you're doing. Alright, now this next molly is going to be in sunroom and it's actually going to be for default on the B site. You're just gonna want to be on the same place as we did for the smoke for tree earlier, but this time aim at this piece of rust instead, and that will smoke default. Alright, now this next molly is going to smoke triple because people, I don't know why, every game I'm in, they love to sit right here and just wait for you, and it's so annoying. So what you're going to want to do is just come up to this little ledge right here. It'll stop you. and you just want to aim right above this little line right here where I showed you guys a smoke off headshot, and just throw it. That'll go through the window, and that will smoke off triple and force anyone there out. Alright, next Molotov is actually going to be for boost. So what you're going to want to do is just when you come out of Z, aim at the 3rd story of this building while you're running, and just throw your Molotov. And it will land on boost and get anyone there, and it'll force them to get off it. Alright, so this next Molotov is actually going to be for Forklift. What you want to do is just run through it at the top of this door frame, and that'll land on top of Fork, and it will spread to the back of Fork as well, which will burn anyone sitting there. And yeah, it's a pretty good Molotov to know. Alright, so that's really all the useful Molotovs I can think of on this map. So now I'm just going to show you guys a few simple pop flashes, and I'll be done. Alright, so these first 2 flashes are pretty simple. You've probably seen them everywhere. You just bank them off this wall right here over the red crate. It'll go over to there. And then the other one's the same thing. You just want to do it a little bit deeper, and it'll land there, and it'll flash, you know, there, I think, shit like that. Alright, now this next pop flash, you're normally going to want to mix in with this B main smoke that I showed you. So let's say you smoke off B main, right? You can actually do the same thing with a flash, and this flash will go into the smoke and pop any, you know, CTs rushing, or any that are waiting for you under heaven or checkers, anything like that. Alright, so these next 2 flashes are pretty simple. As you can see, I already threw it. I just kind of messed up when I was talking, so I want to do it again. But all you want to do is come back to the back of the site, aim at the top of those lines, throw your flash, and that will flash anyone in A main. Alright, so for this next flash, if you are stuck at quad and people are coming from highway or truck and you need a flash so you can, you know, retreat to A main or whatever, all you want to do is run, jump, and throw your flash against this fence right here, and that will pop anyone coming from highway or truck. Alright, so another Molotov that's actually pretty useful is if you come into heaven and stand on these boxes right here, you'll be able to see your B site, or the B, stuff like that. You want to cut out the B and just throw it at this concrete wall, and that will actually molly off that plant spot that a lot of people like to plant at for checkers. And right after you throw that molly, you can actually throw an HE, and that will deal some damage to them. Alright, so that is all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this video helped some of you out, because I know when I first started playing CSGO, learning all this shit was a pain in the ass, and I would have liked to have an actual updated video with all these smokes, so now I'm going to give that to you guys. I don't know how many of you play CS, but maybe this will bring some new people that do play CS to my channel, and maybe, who knows, I can start uploading things like CS. I don't know, but hope you guys enjoyed, and maybe I'll see you guys in another 6 months.